Hey everybody, it's Slaw. Today on the channel we're going to be installing a Sprint air filter onto the H2SX. So let's just dive in. The first thing you got to do is remove the front and rear seat, insert your key, twist, remove the rear, comes right off, super easy. Put that somewhere safe, remove your main seat, pull on the back, pull it forward, super easy. After that, you're going to need to loosen some bolts right here off of this left bearing. So you're going to take a T-handle with a size 4 bit, start loosening these bolts up. And already these bolts are become pretty loose from the factory. They're not cranked on there. Reason being is because they don't want these bearings to crack as you're riding around, so they're not super over tight. Be careful when you remove these bolts, you don't lose that little rubber plastic washer. That's what keeps tension on the bolts and it keeps your fairing safe. You're going to loosen this one, not remove it. You're going to loosen this one as well and not remove it. Lastly, back here, we have a little plastic, I guess you would call it hinge bolt. It keeps the fairing attached. What you're going to do is you're going to take your tool, you come down here, you're going to see it, you're going to press up in the middle side. It's going to pop the inside of it and it's going to allow you to pull that piece out. And it looks like that. Now that you have this nice and loose, you're going to take that key out of there. You're going to move on to your left bearing down here and you're going to loosen up this bolt in here. Nothing too crazy, you just want some play in there. And then you're going to go to your wind tunnel and start loosening those bolts. And that is a different size, size 5. And as you can already see, nothing in here is cranked super hard. These long shank ones have a black rubber grommet. That's how you're going to tell them apart. There's one down here as well. There's 3 of them total on the wind tunnel. Another one, and then there's going to be a short one back here. A tiny one. Once you got those 3 removed, you're going to pull back on this wind tunnel and you're going to see it pop out of a clip that it has back here. Like that. Then you're going to move on to the main housing for the air filter. Reason you loosen this up is so you can get this kind of out of the way so you can access the top one. And the way you can tell these apart is that they don't have that black rubber grommet. That loosens up the main housing. From there, you just pull back on the wind tunnel a little bit. You can kind of finagle this out. It's coming out with the air filter, it looks like. So that might make it a little bit harder. But you got your main housing and your old air filter. Now that you have it out, you want to take the time to inspect your supercharger. Make sure there's no chips in there, no excessive oil buildup, nothing going wrong. That's why you have your rag. Nice and clean. You're going to go ahead and clean inside the housing. Make sure you pay special attention to not get any particles in there. Just double check you have left nothing in there, nice and clean. You're going to take your Sprint air filter. nice and new. You're gonna install it just like that, making sure you have a proper seal all the way around. And you want to make sure that your little drain hole isn't all clogged up, nice and clean. Make sure you have a nice seal all the way around. And then from there, you're just going to go in reverse. Remember, you can identify those. They don't have the little black washer. And you're just going to temp install every single bolt. You don't want to tighten anything down yet. And then for your wind tunnel, you want to make sure you re-engage that clip before you put any bolts in. So it's there. Long shank on top. Long shank on bottom. Small shank with the black rubber in the back. And now that you have everything installed and tamped, you just want to make sure one final time that if you have a full seal all the way around, then everything is fitting flush, and then you can tighten stuff down. And again, you don't want to over tighten these, just to where the pressure stops. Once the wind tunnel and the housing is installed, just go in reverse order. Forgot it's the wrong size. That's your 5. You need your 4. Same thing with the fairing bolts, just until where the pressure stops. You want to re-engage the pinion here as well. Like that. And your rear plastic clip, you push out on that, get it seated like this. Get it into the hole and push up on it. And you should hear it click. And you take your last 2 bolts and install those. Again, very important, don't over tighten any of these. Just keep them tight enough to where they don't vibrate off, but not tight enough to where they start cracking your fairings. And then after that, you just put your seats back on and you're done. Well, you guys saw how easy that was. Tune in for more maintenance fixes and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. Till next time.